This video covers notes 3-2. So we looked at coordinate planes in the first set of notes, your first page 3-1, talking about how ordered pairs always go x, y, and that tells you where to graph. Now we're going to talk about relations, and you can see there are 4 different ways that we can show a relation. We have ordered pairs, we have a table, which is very similar to the ordered pairs, we have something called a mapping, and then we have graphs. So you already looked at ordered pairs and how to graph those, so that will be the same. And then we'll look at the table and the mapping, and then also something called the domain and range. So the definition of a relation is just a set of ordered pairs. But again, they can be represented in any of these 4 ways. They can be listed as ordered pairs, they can be written in a table, in a mapping, or in a graph. The x values are called the domain, and the y values are called the range. So for all of these questions, you're going to be asked, what is the domain and what is the range? So the domain are all the x values, and the range are all the y values. When you list them, you need to list them in order from least to greatest, not what matches. All right, if anything is repeated, you do not write it more than once. So when we look at number 1, it's given as ordered pairs. The domain are all the x values. So first go through and make sure that they are in order. So -3 is our smallest one. It's written twice, but we only use it once. So -3 is done, then -2, then 1, then 3. And you are supposed to put these squiggly marks around it. If you just try them, that's fine. The range, again, is the y values, but you need to start with the smallest. You don't automatically start with 1 since that's the first one listed. So we need to look, and it looks like -4 is our smallest one, then 0, then 1, 2, and 5. So it is okay if you don't have the same number in the domain and the range. So again, domain are all your x values in order from least to greatest. Range are your y values in order from least to greatest. The table, you just rewrite your ordered pairs in a table. So -3, 1, -2, 0, 1, 2, 3, -4, and -3, 5. So that one should be super easy to do. Just make sure whatever order they're listed in your ordered pairs, just put them in the table that way. For the mapping, you're going to go back to your domain and range and put them in that order down the oval. So -3, -2, 1, and 3 go in the left one. So your x values, your domain, go in the left, and then your y values or your range go in the right. -4, 0, 1, 2, and 5. And then what you do is you draw arrows to how they match. So you can either look back at your ordered pairs or look at your table. -3 goes to 1. So you're going to draw an arrow from -3 to 1. -2 goes to 0. So you're going to draw an arrow over there. 1 goes to 2. 3 goes to -4. And then there's another -3. So you're going to have 2 arrows off of your -3 that goes to 5. So a little bit messy, but again, just put your domain in the left one, your range in the right one, and then draw arrows. It is okay to have more than one arrow coming from one of your or 2 of your domain numbers. And then our last thing again is to graph. So I'm going to look at my table. -3, 1 means left 3 and up 1. -2, 0 would be just left 2. Right 1 up 2 for the next one. Right 3 down 4. And then left 3 and up 5. And there are our ordered pairs. So, ordered pairs, we write out the domain and the range, which are your x values and your y values. Just rewrite your ordered pairs in a table. For the mapping, put your domain on the left, your range on the right. Again, if there's repeats, you do not list them more than once. And then just your regular graphing. Okay? Go ahead and pause the video and try number 2 and then come back and check your answers. I would check after you do the domain and range before you start filling out the rest of it. For number 2, your domain is -2, -1, 0, 2, and 5. Again, try to put the squigglies around those. It's really hard with this pen. Your range then are your y values, again, in order from least to greatest, not in order of how they are listed up above. So -4 is your smallest number, -3, -2, -1, and then +4. Table, if you want, I usually do my x and y at the same time. So -2, -3, -1, 4, 0, -2, 2, -4, and 5, -1. For the mapping, again, go back. You could look at your table here. You don't have any that repeat, but again, you want them in order, so it's probably best to go back to your domain and range. So -2, -1, 0, 2, and 5. Then -4, -3, -2, -1, and +4. -2 goes to -3. Now I'm looking at my table. -1 goes to 4. 0 goes to -2. 2 goes to -4. And 5 goes to -1. So just be careful drawing your arrows. Make sure you can tell which number goes where. And then we're graphing. Left 2 down 3 for your first one. Left 1 up 4. 0, -2 means we just go down 2. We don't go left or right. Then right 2 and down 4. And right 5 and down 1. So again, your domain is your x values in order from least to greatest. Your range is your y values in order from least to greatest. Your table is just a different way to rewrite your ordered pairs. Your mapping needs to go in the same order as your domain and range, and then draw your arrows to the ones that match, and then your graph. For this third one, you are given the order, you are given the graph. So you can write the ordered pairs, or some people just go right to the table. So just so you can see it, I'll go right to the table. You want to start as far left as you can, because that would be your smallest x value. So that would be -5 and -4, left 5 and down 4. Then go to your next one. So we're going to move to the right. That would be this one. That's -2, +3, left 2 and up 3. Then our next one would be right here. That would be 0 because we don't go left or right. And then just down 3. And then this one, we went right 2, so +2, and down 5, so -5. And then our last one over here, we went right 4 and up 2, so 4, 2. So I'm going to do my domain and range from that. If you would prefer to write out the ordered pairs, you can, but you don't need to. All right, so the domain, the reason I went all the way left in my graph is so that those are already in the order we need them. -5, -2, 0, 2, and 4. The range would start also with -5, and then -4 is our next one, -3, +2, and +3. So again, those don't match as far as the ordered pairs go in your table, but they need to go in order from least to greatest. And then put them in that order in your mapping. -5, -2, 0, 2, and 4. -5, -4, -3, 2, and 3. -5 goes to -4. -2 goes to 3. 0 to -3. 2 to -5. And 4 to 2. Ordered pairs, domain is your X, range is your Y, in order from least to greatest. Your table is just rewriting your ordered pairs. Your mapping takes your domain and range in those orders, least to greatest, put arrows, and then your last thing is graphing your ordered pairs.